Welcome back to the Trovo Titans Smashing Beta, where we're having a 24-hour stream, crossing many regions. First Europe, then Latin, then of course to end things it's North America. But first, here we are in the Europe section. I'm Tulsma, with me is RJ. We're going to take a look at yet another game. We've had quite a few so far. It's going to be Counter-Strike Global Offensive with a Wingman tournament.
Yes, a little bit different from what we might be used to, but still something very, very close to our hearts. Let's take a quick look at the schedule as well. Of course, you've seen Clash Royale, League of Legends, Brawl Stars, PUBG Mobile, all those things. But now it's time for CSGO and its beautiful Wingman tournament. After that, we'll be going into Call of Duty Mobile, and I see a special event button hovering, and that, of course, refers to our Titan Points Grand Final. A Fall Guys contest for the top 50 Titans to participate in, with tons of money up for grabs.
Yeah, of course, in the previous Trovo Titan tournaments, we've had quite a lot of money and Titan points to be dished out. Now, at the end of the year, all those Titan points, they were looked after and then used to invite the top 50 players who have accumulated the most amount of Titan points. But now we're going to look at Counter-Strike. Of course, it's a little bit of a different format than you'd normally see in the competitive setting, but it's a very fun one. So let's have a little bit of a cheeky look. It will be Wingman, meaning it's going to be 2v2 with quite an extensive map pool. It will be a single elimination best of 3, and of course for the map pick we have none other than the map machine.
The map machine! Indeed, a beautiful chicken that actually decides what maps will be played. I'm curious. I have no idea which ones they're going to be, but I mean, I can only hope that there'll be something beautiful. I do like the likes of Cobblestone, because it kind of makes me remember the good old days of Cobblestone actually being a playable.
When life was great, but
yeah.
We also have a great amount of money to be dished out in our payout scheme. Again, for the number 1, 1,800 euros, and then 800 for number 2, 400 for 3 and 4, 200 for 5 to 8, and then the remainders will get 100 euros as well. We'll also have a little bit of a bracket, because this tournament has been going on for a little bit longer. And of course, in the single elimination, we've seen a lot of best of 3s. Now we will see Jessica Balboa taking on the Robocops in now the grand final.
Yes, Robocop's a name that we have actually seen pass by before. Jacek Balboa qualified through other means, but in the end, it's all down to the best team and the best that may win in a Wingman tournament. Yeah, Wingman, interesting concept.
I love it.
More dynamic than the usual, just regular competitive game.
It feels a little bit like a casual pickup, but there's a big competitive edge to it as well, as you now will see in this Trovo Titans Smashing Beta tournament. But the way it is, it's just 2 people.
Yeah.
And you can just say to your friend, because you're usually playing with just a single friend, then, let's just push it. And if you push it together, it might work, it might not work. And that's something you will find out against every opponent might be different. The map pool, of course, also is slightly different, and that means you have to see which maps we'll actually see as well in our map machine. Let's see what our chicken has in store for us. And, well, I'll do my best chicken impersonation.
Yeah. Well, I guess that gave all the necessary motivation. The maps are spinning, and let's take a look at what will be. Train, Vertigo, and Cobblestone. Well, this is just the best possible selection. Train, because obviously we all know what happened to Train, replaced by Ancient. Vertigo, still a relatively new addition and perfect for your scare of heights. And Cobblestone, because who doesn't love a medieval castle?
Well, Cobblestone is really a map that goes way back into my heart.
Yeah.
Not just because of the Dragon Lore, but also because in the Benelux region, we've had a certain period where we just didn't know what to do. And we figured, let's just make fun of our own. And then we went in TeamSpeak with 10 people and said we'll stick in this channel with 10 people, but we'll just randomize the squads, move into different teams, still in the same voice chat,
yeah,
and then ban use of AK, M4, AWP, all the conventional weapons, and have fun. And it was amazing. Of course, we also had an amazing amount of fun in the past year with the Trovo Titans tournaments, including, of course, the Birthday Bash. Let's take a look at the highlight reel so far.
They're going towards short. He's heard the utility. They should be checking towards CT here. And are they? Oh, spotted the head, but have they spotted him?
Skoči drugar više.
Zajmu.
Bravo!
It doesn't look like it. So he just tries. No, this won't work. Of course not. Your accuracy is terrible. Oh, but he's trying.
Oh,
yes,
no.
he got the no-scope jump shot. It's a 1v1. Oh, no! Vedna, what were you doing?
Oh, he's the bomb himself. Why? I don't understand. Okay, so that has the smoke, so you might actually be able to extinguish it and then go for the defuse, but there's so little time. Knife coming in, and EDX is standing on top of his opponent, and he actually gets it just in time. And then the bomb explodes, they all die.
Where's the last?
Side most likely. Space.
Oh,
jump. No. Oh my god, he's to the right, yes.
No! It's a fake. It's definitely a fake. I knew it. Yes!
I don't know how you win this. Well, as you can see, RJ, the best player to ever grace this earth. How do you feel after that victory still?
Oh, fantastic. I have to say, props to the person that edited that video. You know, that was the perfect thing to end it on. Me
make you look good.
Make me look fantastic, and me just screwing around with the M4 in my hands. It's a good thing that now the M4A1S is the meta, because that's just even easier to control. It's going to be a very, very tense decider, the third map, and that will tell us everything. And away they go. It's Cobblestone, and it's going to be a delight. But the knife round has to happen first to decide who will be on, well, the T side or the CT side. Which side would you prefer?
This one, obviously, the CT side, I believe, is still favored. That's due to the spawn of the CTs, as you can see right here. Puts a very big emphasis on being able to hold drop, because you're way earlier anyway on towards the long position as well. The timing it takes for a CT to be in a proper position is slightly longer than you say towards drop, but still you are way ahead of the Ts as well to get a decent angle either side, chicken coop, or somewhere else if you want to.
Indeed, that does make a lot of sense. And you know what also makes a lot of sense? The Julies! Woo! They're in play. Broken's got them in his hands, and I'm already very excited to see those come out and see what that will mean. For the rest, I believe that Broken's also been the play to commit to some utils. You can see a nade and a flash in his arms. Well, hands, somewhere across his body. He's got those hidden.
On his hip.
On his hip.
Hips don't lie.
Oh, wow. And that is going to be immediate. Great timing. Wow. Bomb control with a boom. And that's instantly Azil or Sevs there put in a very, very difficult position.
Oh, the dualies, of course, doing the damage, but also Qatar now being hit up by Sevs. It will be a tall order, but at least the first chunk has been dealt. The second actually as well, and a good turn on towards the last, meaning we now have Yasika Balboa, the winners of the first map, but losers of the second, starting off map 3 slightly better than they might have anticipated.
Credit where it's due. That was a really nicely done play. All the credit to Sevs mainly, because Ducky, of course, did die at the start. Now some rifles come through. Oh my lord, is that an M240?
M249.
49 even.
But it's quite interesting to see that being bought that early into a match. But some people just do what people do, and whatever makes them happy.
Absolutely.
Right? It's like with your children. You do whatever makes you happy, even though you think it's a stupid decision.
Wow. I hope that I don't have to think about those kind of things for a long while. I will, yeah.
Maybe one day.
So one day, sure, but...
Well, Broken is still enjoying life here, as Qatar with the MP9 is trying to hold off long. You might want to think about this and say those positions should be traded around, because the MP9 on range, as you can see, not as great against Ducky. Then Broken gets lagged out.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Not a connection problem. Of course, it happens at times, but there's the result. And Broken does go down at the end. It's Yasik Balboa to take round number 2. And their strong start seems to continue for now.
Yes, indeed. Robocop's not really starting off too well, but maybe they'll be able to come back in the end. In the meantime, they're buying up some deagles. No armor whatsoever. most likely, because you really want to emphasize getting those M4s yourself, or at least some proper weapons. Might go for an AWP if you're a cheeky little bugger. But on the side of Yasik Balboa, actually interesting to see that Sevs still has no head armor. Figuring he's probably immortal, but he also has the Mach 10, so what real value does he carry which he doesn't want to lose?
Ooh, good question to ask. We'll have to see. Those deagles, of course, they can be mighty powerful if you just hold them at the right angle. Just that one headshot angle and boom, on target. Things could be going so well, but not immediately. Broken then instead uses them like a sort of short range, well, shotgun, I suppose. And by the looks of it, he also managed to get the second in with some delay here or there.
Yeah, no sweat, pick up the AK and have the best gear possible, possibly. Wow, that's a little bit of double. Going in towards the 4th round right now. It's 2-1 for Yasik Balboa still, but apparently they're a little bit doubtful on what to go on with. At least the AK and M4 will be in the hands of RoboCops, so they have a decent amount of equipment to work with.
Yes, it shouldn't be the weaponry, that's the problem. I believe that armor will be popping up soon enough as well, and is already in their hands. RoboCops, just like that, will get another chance to defend the bomb site. Of course, for them, all the pressure lies in just getting those kills in, right? That's all they have to do. They just have to hold it off. It's doable, it's manageable. I believe that they can really do this, but we'll have to see. Of course, we will get started in just a moment. I believe that there's a pause coming in. Some connection issues. Somebody that's maybe got to reset their router at home.
Somebody, someone, just trying to turn it off and on again.
The IT crowd solution.
Well, my internet has been fixed.
Yes, you told me. It was
to-
quite the challenge.
Oh, it was only 5 hours of work and a little bit of a fight with the service desk.
That poor guy.
But no, he was really happy. He
I
was
know,
such a nice guy.
Yeah, no.
I gave him coffee. He was happy. We talked about. We were happy.
Everything.
Everything. He was so happy to talk about his passions, and he understood that I knew a little bit about internets and
You told him, like-
other stuff, and he was like, "Oh, I like this guy." So he talked about things that I don't understand. And I was like,
Aw.
"Oh, yes, I totally agree." And then he even said that some of the products they're delivering aren't that great. So I really appreciated his honesty.
Oh,
Made
wow.
me a happy man.
That does mean that he actually does like you, because that's a far bridge to cross.
Oh, yes. No, it's already in a fight. Oh, chicken!
Oh, wow. But yeah, looks
Is
like
that a chicken from the map machine?
the one and only.
It's in black and white right now, so I can't
It's in
really tell.
grayscale, but I think it is. I think it is. I believe. We'll be able to see
how
it.
will we call that chicken?
Fred.
Fred or Steve?
Steve.
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 All right.
I like Steve. Steve's a good chicken name. Oh, the molly to hold off right away. And that will inevitably delay. As well, hands have broken too, and it will serve the exact same purpose, just like his smoke is going to do. And as such, Yasik Balboa, they will try to go via the little nook instead. See if they can get an opening here, because they have just fragged out Qatar. And with him going down, there should be a good chance for them to get this fight. But will they anticipate Broken to push ahead? It's still a 2v1. And Duxie, he's checking. But Broken will take the kill instead. 1v1. And oh dear, RoboCops, will you go for the second round? No, it doesn't look like it. Relentless. Cephs goes of the kill instead. And Yasik Balboa, they get the third round in.
That's a beautiful drive-by to make things work. And out in AWP on towards the Broken side of things. Deagle, however, for Qatar, as money actually is dire on the RoboCop side. So they will have to make do with what they have. 3-1 for the Polish side. They'll be quite happy to polish up yet another round. Or polish up.
Wow. There's no stopping this man, is there?
No, it's
Please,
terrible.
somebody send help. Let's see, though, what RoboCops will be able to make and do, because Qatar, with that Deagle in hands, it's a good pistol. It's, I would dare say, the best pistol. There's none like it that can get headshots, but it's still considerably worse compared to an AK. We'll have to see, though, what gives Duxie checking yet again. but won't immediately find a target. Does feel some pressure from the AWP, and Qatar right around the corner. Oh, but the cliffhanger, it's real. Robocops at the end do get the round, and it was actually Broken that finished it off with the AWP.
And that means it's now 3-2. Robocops actually diminishing the lead of the Polish side. And that means Jasik Balboa, with their lack of money, having to opt for some Mach 10s. Little to no savings for either player. 2 flashes and a smoke to work with, and thus they will rush for that A-long position. High flash to flush out the AWP, but doesn't really work out that well. Now, however, Sefs will get one in return, picks up the AK and tries to move around to take down Broken. It is a matter of timing, a matter of positioning. But Broken has the upper hand, of course, the AWP, to make it into a 3-on-3.
Oh, indeed. Just changes things up a little bit now, doesn't it? Robocops at the equal point again. Back to the start, you could almost say. But of course, this is Wingman. It progresses quite quickly. And who knows, before we know it, they might just be at that 9th round already.
Sefs now with just a generous smoke to also extinguish the flames. Qatar and Broken still safe as can be, but for how long? Qatar is trying to move up here with the M4, trying to hold off the drop on towards Connector. But it's going to be Sefs trying to flash in his buddy, as well as maybe jump out himself. One flash goes high. Broken from Chicken Coop has the angle on towards the drop zone exit. And Qatar currently not really holding all too much, apart from a very deep, long exit.
Oh, and indeed, Broken would most likely be the first man to get a frag again, but he has to watch out. Svevs with Eagle in hand could be a real danger to work with. We see him pushing up slowly but surely. Still though, down goes Duxie, and it's Broken yet again. A double kill. The AK being recovered by Qatar, but the AWP doing its magic, doing all of the work.
Amazing stuff so far from Robocops, being a little bit down and then trying to fight their way back in, which they now have. It's going to be that 1-round lead and up against Deagle Force from Jasik Balboa. Interestingly enough, Jasik Balboa has been trying this for the past few rounds, haven't really made anything work. So they'll have to be a little bit more lucky to get things going for themselves. But if they're standing in fire and nades, that doesn't really bode well for them.
It sure doesn't. Broken flashed off. Qatar pushing up closely. Will be able to support some shots. As we can see, Broken's legs are being all red. Duxie and Sefs, they just have to get close enough. Just have to get that initial kill. But there's Duxie right on target. Broken head shoulder away, and Robocops looking to perhaps lose this round, depending on how quick Qatar can be. The nade at least does deal some critical damage, but that AWP should be recovered soon enough. Will they expect Qatar flanking sort of like this?
Qatar does deal some extra damage on towards the Chicken Coop player. Again, a little bit extra. But still the AWP in hands will make sure that last kill comes in as well from Sefs. 4-4 at halftime. And so far it's been pretty equal. RJ, I dare to maybe say, would this go to overtime?
Oh, overtime? I mean, I do have a bit of a soft spot for overtime. Yeah. I do, in a way.
Does it really make you happy? In the meantime, by the way, Qatar 0 frags, 10 for Broken. Is there a slight power deficit on the Robocop side?
Is Steph's or Qatar even just a bit of a dead weight? Just there to delay?
I wouldn't say that. He's a very good support. 2 assists.
Okay, fair point. But still, all in all, Qatar, there's something going wrong here. What's going on, bro? Talk to me.
It's just a warm-up stage, RJ.
Fine.
You gotta believe. Hold on to that feeling. And then hope that he will eventually get some kills. Maybe in the second half of the T side. Maybe he's the T side player. You just gotta believe.
Fine.
And everything will be
fine.
No, well, not everything.
I won't be a doubter.
Don't be a doubter.
No,
And
I won't. Fine.
Make sure that the headshots will find the way of Qatar in the right way. Not receiving, but dealing.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. They do make quite the difference, but now the USPs, they can go for the headshots instead, and that's what they're legendary for. Just look at Sevs. And right on target, but also Duxie even to support. Jasik Balboa, they take the pistol round on their own CT side on the second half.
Well, one thing is that I've noticed with my own wingman games,
Yeah.
it's a real big momentum switch.
Yeah.
You can have 10 frags in the first half, get 0 in the next. It's something that's happened to me before, and sometimes if you have one of those big fraggers like Broken, who's now been downed as well by Duxie already, then Qatar might not have the room to get those kills in. Broken had that AWP. He had all the opportunities to get those frags. He was holding down multiple angles. Of course, first the chicken coop exit, or the connector exit from chicken coop, but then if there would be a spot along, he most likely would be the player to get there as well.
We'll have to see how the rest of it pans out. You make some very, very valid points about that player.
Thank you.
Yes, you are an intelligent man.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes.
I agree.
That has to be said at times. Yasiq Balboa, though, they form a strong duo, a strong team. Also, an important matter of fact. And just like that, they will continue. 2 rounds ahead. Well, before you know it, they're on round number 9. You said potential for overtime, but I need to be convinced. Even though I'm supporting Robocops here, why do you think this can go to overtime?
Ooh, well, at least Robocops has done a little bit of a change-up compared to their economy with their opponents, because Robocops has actually saved for the buy round. And that means that now they have a good chance, because they have those AWPs. First frag to come in on towards Duxie, now it's Sevs all on his lonesome. He could get the double spray down, that would make 7 rounds for Yasiq Balboa, but that's still not always what you need.
Well, there are some noise cues that are coming on through, but I'm not sure if Sevs was close enough to hear them at this point. And he does have to watch out. I believe that there's a split coming on through, and indeed there is. A clever move, because that does take away a lot of... Oh, no, never mind. I called the split too early. Sevs, in theory, with the low HP of the 2 Robocops players, he could be dead on the money here. Let's take a look as they peek out. That's 1, but not 2. Oh, what an impressive headshot. Broken. What a lad. What a lad. Robocops take round number 5 just like that.
It was so close as well towards Broken. It little to no HP, but it was Yasiq Balboa losing it in the end. Now they are putting all their money to the test, having a M4 on towards Duxie, some utility as well, of course, and an AWP on towards Sevs, who is now slowly but steadily going for a little bit of an aggro move on towards the long position. Is there a player to find? No, there isn't, yet it also gives you quite a lot of intel.
Oh, indeed, and it makes for a new angle to hold. You can kind of try and subvert expectations. The players don't expect you to show up right there so close. Well, then that's worth a lot, isn't it? We'll have to see. Broken. He's dropping down, slowly but surely. Duxie, though, they're paying attention. They're watching out, and they know. Oh, those little tykes, they're close. And I'm not letting them in.
Well, the nade bounced back, so it dealt 0 damage. One Galil towards Qatar as well, but this might be the angle to be found. Sevs now takes down, of course, the first player in the form of Broken. And now it's going to be Duxie still holding this passive angle, waiting for Qatar to make his move. Or maybe rather a mistake.
Ooh, who knows?
How?
Sevs apparently just sleeping. Qatar, he can pick one off, but he's only got 10 seconds left, so he's going to have to plant eventually. And that puts a lot of pressure on him, but still, he survives. And, well, with a slight name change now, of course, Bulldog goes down, formerly known as Duxie.
Very well, very well. Quack, quack. And, well, Duxie was in my lunch today.
Oh, those poor ducks.
Oh, well.
But now it'll be more woof woof if it's turned into Bulldog. Although I may hope that that doesn't end up in your lunch.
No. I'm hoping not as well, because I've already had lunch. Double lunch all the way? That would be a
Second
little bit
lunch?
too wild. In the meantime, it's now Yasiq Balboa out of money, going on towards the Nico, or rather with Deagles and a little bit of armor for Sevs. It will be Duxie falling towards Broken, however, meaning that the players of Robocops will be trying to turn on towards long, leaving Sevs a little bit stranded, or maybe not, because the Deagle is still working.
And that's Robocops taking the round at the end. Qatar starting to pull his weight, finally. Finally starting to make an impact. And apparently all he needed was just a T-side. That's it. all's fine.
A little happy T-side to make the world go around. AWP on towards Broken this time. Again, he was strong with it on the CT side, kept the map on towards lockdown and, well, really started that comeback for the Robocop side. However, this time he's not being able to find that opening kill on the T side as well. He'll have a little bit of a harder time to do so, as the angles to be taken are a little bit more aggressive rather than waiting for opponents to move in towards your vision.
Let's keep looking. Risks that have to be taken at times. But what I'm mainly curious about is if Yasik Balboa will be able to take that 7th round now, because at least that's the pattern that we're kind of following at this point. Rounds going back and forth. And well, if that ain't something to associate with Counter-Strike, then I don't know anymore.
I whip my hair back and forth, just like my rounds, as it's going to be Seth's on the 3 position, waiting for the first fight. Takes down Broken, goes for the second as well. It's going to be Qatar to be equalized with the ground, and as well as the score, 7-7. But there is money on the Robocop side. They will be able to get that AK in. Broken and Qatar will be slightly geared up because Qatar is just on the Mac 10. He dropped over his own AK for his teammate.
Wow.
That is what true love means, RJ. Why don't you do that for me?
I would do that for you, but I would just do that for the person that's the top fragger.
And what if I'm the top fragger?
Yeah, that fine.
Thank you
As
very
long
much.
I tend to drop weaponry if, you know, my own weaponry that is. If the person I'm dropping to will probably be able to make more of an impact with it than I do.
Well, in that regard, drop me all day, every day.
Wow.
In the meantime, Seth is standing by with the AWP, waiting for a player to chime in via the drop zone. It's going to be also a double doors approach. However, despite it being a single door, silly told her Poppy.
Oh.
But there might be Qatar going for the Mac 10 hunt. Duxie so far has had a little bit of trouble hitting his M4 shots, and that makes it doable for the T side. Broken takes down Seth, and that's again the AWP dying without leaving any mark on this map, apart from his blood.
Harsh, but deserved. Duxie now attempting, but that hold, it won't quite get there. The Robocops, they take round number 8. And just like that, my dear Chadrick.
Yes.
It's match point.
Ooh.
Yes, exciting, I know, especially because I predicted that the Robocops would win this matchup.
Yeah, but RJ, you see that AWP, you see that FAMAS, and you know nothing can go wrong, especially if they molly themselves off. Aggression from the Robocop side, trying to rush in, and it never really goes well, does it? First shot missed by Seth. He's going to go for a different angle. The 3 position is being held down by Duxie. That's the opening kill, and 50% of the T side gone. Seth with yet another misser, but maybe he'll go for a banger in no time at all.
Ooh, no time or overtime. That's kind of the question for now. Still a minute remaining for the T side to push on, but it's not the time. It doesn't look like it. No, siree. It's Yasik Balboa. And they make it to overtime. You put up that L, but hey, easy now.
We're all winners if it goes to overtime.
Exactly. And, you know, nothing's decided yet. It could still become Robocops that end up winning this.
As long as you believe, I might believe.
Of course I
as
believe.
well.
Of course I believe.
What do you think the score will be? How many overtimes will we see today?
2 overtimes. So that means that it ends up being 13. No, wait. 15, 12? Or Robocops? Dearie me, I have to
There's
think.
only 6 rounds in this first overtime. So evenly
4.
split, that would be 11-11. In a second overtime, the max would be 14-14.
Okay.
You need 15 rounds to win. So the 15 one was right. And it's 15-2?
What? 15 to... Oh, right. Because of it, 14-14. So then 15 to...
Something lower than 14.
Oh.
Because 14-14 would mean
Oh,
a
I
third
get
overtime.
it.
Come on, RJ.
13.
Use the mathematics, man.
13.
Come on.
13? 12?
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That could be possible. For Yasik Balboa.
Wow.
In the
Let's
meantime,
see.
Broken has the AWP in overtime. Of course, you have all the money in the world, and he wants to make it go around. Says, however, holding the angle as well, so the moment the barrel will spot, he'll actually get a tag on. That means decent damage dealt, but no utility bought by Cess, or at least not enough standing, meaning he can't finish Broken off himself.
Ah, painful timing. Utility, of course, so important. It's your bread and butter. But one frag will fall. Broken goes down and Qatar pushes ahead. Cannot find the second frag. Yasik Balboa. They take round number 9.
The Wunderbar, as it's going to be still Yasik Balboa with a small margin ahead in this first overtime of this third map. So far these teams have been quite equal to each other, but there has to be a winner in the end to get, of course, the 1,800 euros.
Oh, indeed. And what a prize that will be. 900 each. Nade timing is a little bit meager. Not that much damage on Qatar, but it's something. You have to look at the little things in life sometimes.
Well, indeed. In the meantime, it's Broken, trying to act as if he's dropping. Double dropping! Oh! But
wow.
He's still not dropped. Amazing how he does that with just the brain, the smooth movement, and then trying to not make an actual noise when you're dropping.
Yeah, smooth movement, as long as you don't say his brain is smooth. That's the most important thing. A 2v2 where Robocops are quite damaged already, and Duxy even takes that initial kill. Timing! But now Cephs will find, and indeed, Qatar goes down. Yasik Balboa. They take round number 10. Yes, you know, I do have to make it sound a little bit impressive.
Yasik Balboa! Then he's an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And I like that. Can you do that with one of the Robocops members as well?
It's none other than Qatar!
See, very good.
Yeah,
it's also the acoustics in this room are great for that. In the meantime, that's a quick 11-8 for Yasik Balboa! And they might actually go for the win, because now they have 3 match points to close off this map.
Oh, that's going to be exciting.
For me,
ooh, I don't know, man. I do have to keep believing. I do have to keep going for that Robocops opportunity. But I will admit, it might get a little bit difficult now.
For the Robocop side?
Oh, yes, most certainly.
How could that be? Because it's obviously CT favorite if you see it like this.
Yes, I understand. But Robocops is facing a very strong opponent. They've been able to make stuff happen on the T side. Let's not negate that.
Well, Qatar is on towards 4 kills, and Broken is on towards 14. I look at numbers and they confuse me. On the other side of Yasik Balboa, it says on 17 and Duxy with 9. Not really odd, of course, because they have now that match point 3 rounds won in a row as well. That means that their scores will be slightly more impressive as well. It is a triple match point for Yasik Balboa. Will they be the victors of this Trovo Titans? Well, I'm not really too sure yet, because RJ seems really keen that Robocops might win.
I am absolutely convinced, but perhaps I might be wrong. Yasik Balboa, they're strong ahead. Let's see if that strong push ahead can mean a lot to them. A little bit of nade damage to start on, of course, Cephs, but a good start from Broken to return. That's quite a bit of damage. But Duxy can make an impact, and now it's down to a 1v1 down to the wire. But who will be the one to win? Will it be Duxy? Attempts and tags. A flash, that's strong, can move ahead with the flash, and that's the overrule. Oh, the tags keep coming, but Duxy has to stick to the reload. 20 HP left on Qatar. Will it be Yasik Balboa getting that round after all? Oh, Duxy, you're in a challenging situation, but they might just be able to overrule. They might just be able to surprise Qatar as they inch closer and closer to the bomb site. The moment Qatar shows himself, he's going to be in dangerous waters. But look at this. They keep dodging around. They keep playing the angles.
The big problem is that Duxy forgot to take the bomb from long the first moment he crossed. Now, of course, he's seen Qatar on the same rock again. And he sings, I'm gonna rock your world. In the meantime, he goes for one fake, a second fake, which isn't a fake, it's an actual plant. That gives Qatar the time to move towards the drop zone. He might move around the tree and go for the frag, but the first fight will come. A one-tap from Duxy and a clean overtime here from Yasik Balboa. It is going to be none other than Yasik Balboa to be the victors of the Trovo Titans Smashing Beta CSGO Wingman Tournament. They will take home not just the chicken dinner, but also 1,800 euros for themselves.
And that's a fantastic and very much deserved prize to go all over to them. It's a nice 50-50 split, I may hope, for the both of them. 900 euros each, and a beautiful performance by the both of them in the Trovo Titans smashing beta wingman tournament.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, but still Robocops, of course, also not going home empty-handed. They will get 800 euros for their troubles, and of course, unfortunately for them, their loss.
Yes, indeed. You know, you can't win them all, I suppose. And I was really hoping for Robocops. I really thought, especially with the second map comeback, that they would succeed, but apparently not. And I can concede that when it's needed. I am willing to admit that. And here we see it again. The bracket, it was Jasik Balboa, the Polish team that do end up getting out on top.
Yeah, the winners in our hearts and in our tournaments as well. Robocops will now be on the second place for a change. And that means this is the payout screen. Jasik Balboa, 1,800, 800 for the Robocops. 1202 and Tuta 400 each, and then it goes down and down, but at least everyone that competed got some money.
Absolutely, you know, that's a nice little bonus, also just for qualifying naturally. And so, credit where it's due, everybody that did get as close as they did, they do deserve a little, you know, pat on the back, a little shoulder tap, just like, yeah, you know what, you actually did get there, and you do deserve that little bonus to, you know, spice up your Christmas months a little bit. It is December, so everyone can use it.
It's always expensive. But we, of course, also have the payouts for the PUBG Mobile event we had so far. We promised it you before, but it was difficult to calculate. So let's take a look at who was the big victor there. It was none other than S4GG, 1,800 euros for them. Then Xsense, they had a lot of kills in that last map, but unfortunately still came close second, 800 euros. Then we are the London Scammers, Division on 400, and so forth and so forth.
Indeed, indeed. All very deserved as well. And of course, PUBG, a challenging game like no other. And yeah, S4GG, a good performance. They knew how to master the circle as well as best, and they knew how to get that lovely, lovely chicken dinner, now combined with a lovely, lovely cash prize.
Well, we're going to a small 5-minute break. When we're, of course, back, we'll go into Worst Call of Duty Mobile. Hope to see you in just a bit. Welcome back to the Trovo Titans Smashing Beta. We're going to take a look at, of course, the second to last game. It's going to be none other than Call of Duty Mobile. And normally we take schedule, format, payouts, everything into account. But I think it's time to jump in towards the first game that's already started, because we want to make things move, because we're having to get ready for the LATAM throwover. Yes,
it's a bit of a tight schedule, but it is what it is, you know. It is just time to get into that game, and we just don't want the lads from Latin America to be stuck out, you know. How sad would that be? And let's take a look. What a beautiful helicopter. Ooh, and that zone making things difficult enough as well. Shrinking in 30 seconds. As an airdrop is also going to be incoming, and you can see this play. He's looking, and he's trying to find with the rocket launcher.
Well, in the meantime, they're just flying, but Patron gets taken down by Xuyak. It's going to be this D squad flying over, but another helicopter comes in. That's going to be a little bit of an awkward aerial battle if it comes to it. The safe zone will shrink in yet another 5 seconds, so teams will have to get a move on. And, well, with a helicopter, you can, of course, move quite quickly. You might get the drop on towards some players. It's going to be Enes Menes, who's moved slightly, but we'll see Nessa is French, and Zertuom we're trying to move in towards a different and possibly better position.
Yep, we will see what they make of it. A couple of players left here at the end, and it will be interesting how they will be forced to move out, because that zone, it is creeping in and it is getting closer and closer. Ooh, but look at this. The aerial battle, it's getting tense over here, and it's actually a mid-air gunfight. Well, now, if that doesn't scream Call of Duty to you, then I don't know what will.
Well, it's going to be that the zone is still shrinking and shrinking away as the players are, well, almost scaredly trying to move across each other. It's going to be Fuego and Andre both getting a kill, as there will still be some helicopter fighting going on, a little bit of a duel, as we do see Abu taking some deal damage on towards Trumji, who's now being hit by the shrinking zone as well, trying to move back in, reload his primary, and going for that fight. Takes a little bit of health out of that chopper, but of course should be wary that his own might die as well.
And there is a cluster strike, and we go over yonder now. It is a cluster strike, so in theory, it shouldn't be too deadly. Oh, but speaking of deadly, you can see the trouble arising. And look at this jetpack. Well, isn't that just a charm? Dropping right down. Here's the push. What a class act, but sadly, no chance. Enes Menes gets the kill, and Trumji falls. In the meantime, der Immortboss auch gestorben.
Oh.
Yeah, and that will leave, well, a relatively tight playing area.
Xuyak did see a player close, but is trying to camp it out for position. Still knows the player is close by, but he's thinking, the longer I survive, the better it is for me. It's going to be still a safe zone, shrinking and shrinking even more as we're closing towards the end of this map. And uh-oh, Xuyak, you're out of the zone, so he has to get a move on, because the HP will go down quite rapidly at this stage of the game.
Oh, indeed. Always a pain. Always something to watch out for. But luckily in Call of Duty, that HP does regenerate. So much noise being made. Rocket launcher this time. Oh, dear. Timing. Timing. And he didn't have it in his hands at the right time. And just like that, all the engagements, they're all coming in close. But Enes Menes, really that key player, really making all the difference, it seems. The remote boss, though, he's making a difference too, as this fight seems to rage on, and these players are getting so close to each other, using the barrier for cover.
Oh, there, Emote Boss is on a very low HP, but it will be the electric tripwire with which he will still get a kill. Nessa is French, Nessa is dead, and only 2 choppers seem to remain in the air. Aboud with a little bit of a cheeky spray with his SMG, but so far can't really take down his opponent, but damage has been dealt. It's going to be Devil trying to dance around him. This aerial battle will take Devil out of the air, meaning it's now Aboud, the sole member, still in the sky.
And look at that, now you have the aerial advantage, but that helicopter is going to attract attention soon enough, I believe. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a rocket flying up at it. But the safe zone does continue shrinking, and these players are going to get forced together. Watch as the helicopter is about to drop down, and as all these players, they all engage. Der Immortboss takes the frag on Zertuom. But the next fight to happen, it's Enes Menes. He continues, he's still being strong. But we see K Devil, that is, He is there. Now it's down to this playing zone. And look at this. With the playing zone down to the end.
Devil was out of the zone and a boot as well. They both die. And it's player name who's won because they both died at the same time.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yep. You know,
Didn't expect that one to come in.
No, me neither. But hey, that's how it rolls. That is just the name of the game. And at the end, only the best may win. Of course, in this case, you know, we'll also have a lovely graphic showing the points and all because the same principle is maintained. You get points based on the amount of kills that you make. And there are also some other complicated calculations to make sure that the people that end up last, you know, versus the people that end up first are also counted in. So, all in all, just get the kills is what the main motto is for this one.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that sounds so complex, RJ. Please.
No, clearly.
It's really hard for my simple
You can't
brain.
handle it. You
But
can't handle it.
luckily, we did have a very interesting last period of this first game as well. We still have a second to play. And following that, none other than our Fall Guys Titan Points Grand Final.
That one's going to be interesting. I really look forward to it. I feel like Fall Guys, it's a game that you can get so engaged in, right? It can just be so exciting. And even though it's a very simple principle, you know, it's basically just an obstacle course and you have to get to the crown. That's
An obstacle battle royale.
Yeah.
With sometimes team play, usually solo play.
Oh, absolutely. Usually just those people pushing you over to the side somewhere. That's what happens.
Trying to block out the finish line just to be that annoying prick and then
Yeah.
sometimes missing out the finish themselves, which is hilarious.
I was about to say, they've got a good saying for that in English, you know, spiting someone whilst your own nose or something. It's,
Yes, I totally agree.
I know.
Very
It's
good
a saying.
RJ.
It's a saying.
Yes.
I swear it is. But I can't quite phrase. I can't fight.
No, I noticed.
I know. I'm so
It's
sorry.
really weird. Well, maybe, just maybe, during the tournament you might find out. We, of course, just had our first Call of Duty Mobile. Let's have a little bit of a look at the scores of course, the first round.
And indeed, let's see. And not all too surprising, we do have Der Emote Boss with the kills rising on top, but Enes Menace with the third place also making quite an impact. Abood then rocking the golden first spot, and we see K Devil on the silver spot, but only one kill. So it's going to be interesting. I think once again, we will find ourselves in a similar position where this match isn't all that conclusive, and there's still a lot left to be decided, a lot left to be done. And that second match will tell us just as much. And then after those calculations, we'll actually find out who is the deserved winner.
Yeah, of course, we had a little bit of a look at the late stage that Enes Menace and Der Emote Boss were really good at racking up the kills.
Yeah.
But then, in general, there was a low amount of kills in total. Of course, let's also have a look at the schedule for today entirely, because we've been at it for a few hours now already. At the start, we had Clash Royale, then League of Legends, Brawl Stars, PUBG Mobile, CSGO, and we're currently on the Call of Duty Mobile stuff. Then, afterwards, we have a special event, which you might have guessed right now is, of course, none other than our Fall Guys Titan Points Grand Final.
Oh, indeed. And exciting it will be. There will be so much up for grabs, so much cash that the lads playing Fall Guys will be able to get. And, of course, for those top 50 Titans, the very top of the Trovo Titans platform.
Well, of course, and just before 6 o'clock, we'll have a little bit of a romantic meeting with our colleagues of the LATAM period, just to make them ready and make you ready for the big switch over to their stream later on tonight. They'll have another 8 hours. Then, of course, we still have North America. But as we jumped in a little bit hastily towards Call of Duty Mobile, let's also have a look at the format we're handling for this tournament, so you know what's up and what's happening. Of course, it is a Battle Royale on tours isolated. The players have been qualified via earlier tournaments. There will be 2 rounds with placement points and 1 point per kill.
Yep, it's quite a simple equation, but the placement points, they really do have an impact, and they sometimes shuffle up the rankings more than you would expect.
Yes.
In the end, only the best may win. There may be just one isolated duo. If yeah, you know, I get kind of made it. I did a thing there.
I'm so proud of you.
I know, right?
You're finally becoming a big boy. Then the prize pool, there will be, of course, solo players, RJ.
Yeah.
And that means just a single player will get that 1,800 euros for themselves. Number 2 still quite happy, I'd say, with 800 euros. And then it goes on a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower, but still a lot of happy players.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, hey, that 9th to 16th spot, I will reiterate it. It's only 100 euros, but maybe we should say it's still 100 euros.
For just an hour worth of playing video games?
Basically, I mean, hello, it's almost a participation award, we could say. But really, it's just a lot of money up for grabs, and it's amazing that Trovo is giving the chance to all those players to get that, and to go and grab that cash. But it may only go to the very best, or the most of it may only go to the very best.
Well,
and
you're the best around.
Oh, my heart. But we will see in that second match, which will come up soon enough, which is about to start even, who will be the one to take that money? Who will be the one to end up in that number 1 spot? Do you already have any preferences? We saw a little bit of the players.
I think either Ennis Menace.
Ennis Menace, yeah.
Because the name really rolls off the tongue if you say it properly, Ennis Menace.
Ennis Menace, yeah.
But I think the strongest name and player we've seen so far is Der Emote-Boss.
Der Emote-Boss, yeah.
Yeah.
Jawohl. No, that's absolutely right. That's what I thought as well. It was either going to be one of those two. Well, if you're going for their remote boss, then I'm just going for Ennis Menace. That's got to be the guy that we can, believe in and that can really start rooting for. If you then go for their remote boss, I go for Ennis Menace. I believe I already owe you 1 high five because of my predictions with.
Are you going to double down?
I am going to double down. You go for the emote boss, I go for Ennis Menace, and we'll just have to see who gets out on top.
Probably me.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to high five you right now because that's a stake, Archie. Come on. To make it a little bit special. Pretty confident in my pick.
Okay.
But really interested to see how vital the choppers will be in the following round as well. Because previously you saw, for instance, Devil and also a boot getting next to no kills because they were in the choppers for such a long time, which of course is a very favorable position for the placement of positions. Yet the kill points you're definitely missing out on.
Yeah, they're suffering from it. That's absolutely true. And I do wonder if that won't actually be a problem later on because those placement points, as I said before, they do have an impact on the rankings and on the eventual results. And I can just imagine how sour it would be if you're just thinking, okay, I'm playing it super smart, right? I've got this helicopter and everything, right? This can't go wrong. And I've got the high ground, the maximum type of high ground because literally I'm flying. But then you just stick around in that helicopter too long. And at the end, you drop down. You can't even get the kills because you die to the playing zone.
And the big problem is, the moment you have to drop because your chopper is already being destroyed by your other flying compatriots, people do see you crash down because the moment the first 2 real choppers went down, you saw the players having to drop in, but the zone was already very tight. So the players already saw, okay, I have this position, and eventually then a player drops in, and that should be a kill. And as Menace was able to take the first one, and from that point onwards, his killing spree truly began.
Ooh, his killing spree, no less. But you're absolutely right. It was, I think, Der Emote Boss who got 5 kills and Ennis the Menace who got 4. But Ennis the Menace, that placed a little bit better, got that bronze spot. So all in all, we may be looking at a similar case. And once again, the names that we're highlighting, the players that we both respectively, at least, are looking forward to shine and to show us something beautiful.
Definitely. It's going to be quite an interesting play. We're prepping the lobby so far to get all the players back in action. And I'm curious to see maybe if Abood will get the double win. We've seen a double whammy as well in the PUBG Mobile side.
Double whammy.
So we might see a little bit of a correlation in this one as well. But it also depends on the spawns. Where do you drop? Do you get a chopper? Do you get proper weapons? What is your game plan going to be? Because I think Abood will also notice that in the end it was really close. It was really scary. There might have been a chance where he would lose out, mainly because he didn't get a kills in.
Oh, absolutely. And that's always the case with these battle royales, right? We saw it with PUBG as well. Things just get so incredibly close and tense at the end because that's when all the action gets together, when all the players are on the point, and when they just basically can't even get out of each other's face, They just can't evade each other because there's just no playing ground left anymore.
Well, luckily we have a lot of smart people behind the scenes to calculate everything because all those numbers with placement and kills and other things happening all around, Would be too much for my small little smooth brain.
You poor, poor person. No, it's okay. I'm sure if you put yourself behind it, you can figure it out in no time.
My brain will maybe get a little bit wrinkly then, and then we will be in a.
That's
good
how you
shot.
want it to be. That's how you want it to be. That's how it's supposed to be. I'd be a little bit more worried otherwise.
I'm slightly going to the future, RJ. Not back to the future. I'm going to the future.
Okay.
Because I also want to talk to you about the Fall Guys tournament later on.
Right.
How hyped are you for
Oh,
all those
I'm
little
excited.
cheeky guys jumping around with crazy skins?
Yeah, you know what the thing is, Fall Guys, it's a relatively simple game. And that's what I like about it. It's the simplicity, and it's just easy to follow. You can see exactly what the goal is. And I get so super invested when you just see people like just failing to make that one jump or failing to get onto that platform, evade the moving objects and all sorts of obstacles that they add. Because I know that I have the exact same thing when I'm playing myself. I told you earlier, right? The first time that I played, I actually got really close. I got to, second or third place. And I just remember I was so invested, I was so into it, and the moment that I lost, it was like, no, there may have been some screaming. I never throw with things, for the record, because I just think that's a darn shame if you just throw a controller, to the ground
And then break it.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
a million pieces.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. That's wasteful. That's bad. Don't do that. But I do get really invested and very vocal, and I just want to win, and I just get so frustrated when you can't make that one jump or when things just don't quite succeed. Have you played it a lot yourself?
No. No. Because when it got big, I didn't have the time. And now it's not as big anymore, so I still don't have the time. Weirdly enough.
Okay. I was about to say you want to be different. You want to be like, oh no, you see.
No, I'm too
I
good
just
for
wanna-
Fall. No, I'm not too good for Fall
Okay,
Guys. It
good.
seems like a very fun game. I've watched a lot of streams, but I just didn't get around to playing it yet. But maybe I will in the future.
I mean, you did tell me about your plans to play. I believe it was The Witcher. Maybe
Yes.
make some time in between
1,
for Fall
2,
Guys.
and 3.
Wait, that was some really difficult counting there. It was
That's
like
the
1,
way
2,
I do it. It's
3.
about time to get in towards the second round of our Call of Duty mobile tournament. And that means we're going to see a lot of action, a lot of flying, and maybe even more killing.
Oh, and it's time to start. They're in the plane, and over the snowy plains, they're flying instead. Yes, I know. I'm so terrible. But let's take a look. Let's see who will end out on top here. There is, of course, 19 people, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because numbers and stuff. And 19 people that will decide, that will show us where they're going to be going.
Well, beautiful pink trail here as we're flying towards the bus station, but not really. Seems like we're heading in towards the launch base or farm position. And it's going to be actually none other than the launch base. And then the parachute comes in, the drop is there as well, and then there's a lot of utility. An easy sniper, an easy live, and 2 snipers are better than just a single one, isn't it, RJ?
Oh, absolutely. You also see some utility being picked up, DR5 there. There's some chances being made. And just a quick overview of the map right now. We see some players that are huddled together. I mean, I especially look toward standoff. That's where you see this tight little group of players. But the player that we're spectating at this current time, player P, I'll call them just for easiness' sake,
Yes.
are all by themselves and do have quite a lot of luxury to loot calmly. Circle now has spawned, and that means that we're going to be moving up, and taking a look at the snowy plains.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is, RJ, that a lot of people actually disliked the snow as they didn't really spawn there or at least drop there. So it's quite odd as we do see a Nissan Kikobra. I hope I don't butcher that name all too much. Who's trying to dance and move around slightly, trying to get a little bit of an angle in. But it seems like he's missing out on a lot of utility, and there's actually 2 players relatively close. So this armor repair, and of course also the sniper he has picked up, might be vital for survival later on, as well as the other loot soon to be found.
And I believe we see a backpack upgrade as well. That'll come through in a second. Oh, no, never mind. Denied. Not even looked at.
Trying to think what's going to happen, RJ. That's so weird.
Clearly.
Oh, why would you even? Maybe he's already got a backpack, because backpacks are very, very fancy. In the meantime, it's going to be a little bit of a awkward fight because Anna's Menace is relatively close. Some K9 units have also been taken down by certain individuals. Not everyone likes dogs, apparently. But this is actually a very difficult position because Anna's, I believe he also noticed, and thus he is going to go for the kill. It's, of course, none other than Killing Machine, Anna's Menace.
Oh, indeed, and that's a great start. See, I'm already happy that I ended up picking Ennis Menace there. But you're the fan of Der Immortboss, and I will support you in your choice. You know, it's fair.
Yes.
I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be rude. You made a choice, but you did also make your bed, and now you will lie in it.
Well, it's double down or nothing. It's going to be, of course, Anna's Menace moving towards the zone as it is quite far away. Haven't really seen or heard any choppers just yet. That's epic! Has been spelled out by Syndrome. Yeah, sorry, if he has two E's in his name, I have to say it right.
No, you're right. You're right. Absolutely.
Epic!
Epic. Yeah, we can go with that one. Yeah, curious to see where the fight will be going. Epic, in the meantime, though, takes out that K9 unit and makes sure that he gets some more ground to gain. Isn't threatened right away.
Yeah, but who lets their dog go on the roof? That's my big question.
Somebody that really believes in the freedom of their dog.
And there goes the dynamite, and boom, it shall go, possibly, as some more K9 units will fly out. Of course, he's throwing out the K9 units, but it would be so great just to throw a stick of dynamite at someone and explode in their face. I believe just Annis is actually going mad with all those dogs going around, but now he may have made a mispositioning, as of course his position right now would play in towards the position we've just seen. But oddly enough, the players moved away, and Epic is now in a safe place, while Annis Menace already has another kill towards Danny Wolfkiller.
Not surprised at all. That's what you like to see, and that's what we're used to. There's quite a few players that do go for the aggressive plays at the start. And they always have a certain impact, but it's the kills at the end that really matter the most.
Okay, let's say pre-fire rocket just to make sure nobody's there.
You never know.
But the players already moved miles away. K9 unit has now elapsed and expired, as now slowly but steadily Epic has picked up some more rockets. Well, coincidentally on the position his opponent just was, and he's still quite panicky. Where is he? Where might he be? Should I do anything about it? Nobody knows.
It's a mystery. But admittedly, that player seems to be a foregone memory now. Ennis the Menace, is there somebody right close here? Am I seeing that wrong?
Oh no, there is indeed a dot probably somewhere up here. And Ennis Menace should be very wary. Has an SMG in hand, so close range might be doable. But oh, he does hear the steps because, well, look at the minimap. There are steps. And it's going to be Ennis trying to disengage against Greater. But who will be the Greater Force?
Oh, no immediate damage from that nade, but let's take a look-see. Ennis the Menace quite eager. Definitely pushing ahead and planning on making the life of the player very, very difficult. Well, I have to say. It's just a patient game that Ennis the Menace is putting down. And hey, that might just be the tactic, right? That might just be how Ennis the Menace wins the battles. But oh, check your back. Great, sir. No chance.
It's so weird that Greater actually decided, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna totally not fix anything about it. Just gonna run away and see whatever happens next. And against Ennis Menace, that's not really the play. And it's currently already on towards 3 kills. Actually, not really been hunting, but has been chasing them. And quite effectively so. Is he in the zone? I believe he is. Or rather, he at least will be relatively close.
Indeed, yeah. We know, of course, that the zone is located on the snowy plains. And as such, the edge of the zone that Ennis the Menace is standing next to. So all will be good. All is fine. Players at the moment not immediately being pushed together just yet. By the way, take a look at the amount of kills. What can you see?
There's not a whole lot apart from Ennis Menace. We do see some choppers actually, and hello? Kraken, there's someone right close next to you. You're both outside of the zone, and it's Epic, who is actually quite nearby, waiting for his time to strike. And the class has just been upgraded. Now the car should leave, and it's actually Epic not going for the kill. Apparently he just wants to play the save game, and seems he wants to survive.
Wants the scraps, I would hazard to say. But of course, there's still that class upgrade that was up for grabs. That is a static object with a deploy or a chest like that. And dearie me, somebody has to shift gears.
No. High gears, high noise makes you look really, really cool nowadays. I did see on towards the map we just saw before that there were already a few choppers. And there goes one by under the banner of Q. And Kraken's like, wait, chopper? I want to take down a chopper. That seems like a right old fun.
Mine, he'll say. And oh dear, look at the struggle. Oh no. Should
have shifted gears.
Indeed, should have had more power to the clutch. What a medieval appearance here. Very, well, how do I put it? Archaic might not be the best word.
A little bit Cersei's armor.
Oh yeah.
It's a 300 movie, you know. And this is the party mobile, of course, going with Epic.
Good lord.
Yeah, the class upgrade. He has a great life. He's enjoying everything. But he, of course, also hears that chopper go by. He's like, wait, I'll reverse it to your chopper. Oh, no, it's gone. And then he goes for a right old ring around the rosy, goes across the bridge, says this might be a less logical approach. And with that, it might be safer.
We'll have to see how that pans out.
Airdrop incoming.
Some more airdrops that do come in. For now, though, it's the edge of that zone, and Epic. He just goes for it.
Yeah,
The man just commits and figures, you know what, I've got a beautiful car, so I'm not fussed. Admittedly, though, at this stage of the zone, you can see it in his health. It was very slowly ticking down. Ooh, but will this be Andre being a menace for Enes Menace?
Ooh, 0 kills so far for Andrej, who is standing by and waiting, whilst he, I believe, also heard the car of Epic go by. And the zone is shrinking, so the players do have to get a move on. It seems like Andrej is in a very big predicament. He seems to know that Enes Menace is there, so you might want to stay away from that because he's very scary. And currently he's just barely clinging on towards the zone shrinking. But then he just makes a misstep and loses a little bit of health. I say a little bit because it isn't that bad. But the further you go, and if you don't have a beautiful car like this one, you might be in the world of trouble.
Indeed. Oh, but look at this, the car. For a moment there, I thought we were going to see a bit of roadkill.
I think he's trying to bait out Enes and trying to stay on the edge of the zone as long as he can, hoping to see other players flee and make the most out of that. But he's closing in on the most kill-hungry and hefty player we've seen so far in this game.
Oh, most certainly. Enes Menace is somebody to contend with, somebody to vie with. And as such, now Andre will be pushing further inside. We'll be making sure that he is nice and close to the zone and inside of the zone.
Oh, their emote boss is close to Guliang, as he did hear emote boss honk, 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 honk. It's like he's a goose.
Wow.
They also honk.
It's a good way to phrase it. Oh dear, their emote boss could be getting caught out here, but never mind. Guliang is actually on the bottom floor and doesn't immediately get the drop on their emote boss. But he is playing it slow and tactical.
Oh, is he going to steal his car? That would be great. Emote boss has dropped down now, has spotted, and again is Shockwire. It's Emote boss' signature move. It takes down the Fennec as well for that frag, but really, those electrical wires, it's the only thing he seems to use, and it works so well.
I mean, the moment that you've got your enemy delayed, that's all nice, and you've got them completely overruled and completely surprised. It's perfect.
Yeah, might need to do a little bit of driving lessons because this is not really a safe approach. But here we see Andrej. Also, oh god, seeing his car being pulled in towards the device. Seems a little bit spooked as well, as there's a lot of explosions all around. And there's OG who's trying to move in. More explosions. It's the RPG, possibly of Zertuom. But the class upgrade has been called in. Now Trumji will take him down, meaning unfortunately he'll be out for the count. And Zertuom is still throwing in missiles left, right, and center, trying to take down number D1.
Yes, and you do always have to watch out because rockets, last time I checked, they do hurt quite a lot.
Yeah, they do big boom.
Yep, good tag and armor crack on Trumji. Yeah, sometimes the names are still a little bit difficult. Can you blame me?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But
oh, fine.
There's
wow.
there's no need to, but I could blame you if I wanted to.
Okay. I was gonna say, what's with this, huh? This attitude.
Huh?
Huh? Making
Huh?
my life difficult? Huh?
Definitely.
Oh, I know you'd like to. I know. I wouldn't expect any different. And let's take a look as at the moment Zertuom has got a car, well, under him. And that will give him room and mileage as the safe zone will shrink in another 30 seconds. And at this rate, well, there's not going to be all that much left of the zone, I believe. I'm afraid for the players that they will have to start getting closer and closer to each other.
Their emote boss was close to Zertuom as well. I think he's honking again.
Yep.
He's trying to play the annoying game. He's chasing him down. Here we have Trovo Titans, who is trying to look at all the weapons he has. Reload, not the greatest amount of bullets in his secondary. Primary might go a little bit longer. Explosions though, so he might be actually tagged up by Kraken, who seems to be right close to him as well.
Ooh, dangerous. But we'll see where that engagement goes. At the moment, the chassis only had any HP damage. Armor is still at full. And as such, there'll be a case of just, well, him waiting it out and seeing if he can get a chance. But he also has to watch his back. Look at this. 2 helicopters right above his position. Poor lad, he'll feel so much pressure, I think.
Do you know who's in a chopper? Both Abood and Anas Menace. They've taken to the skies as Juicy will be tagged up. Is it Kraken taking him down, or is it just a low HP from one of the chopper gunners, who seems to be also relatively close? He's back to full HP, of course recovering over time, but the armor is correct, and he might take some time to recover. Still shots being fired. It was actually Kraken with a sniper rifle, trying to go for that cheeky fight.
Indeed. You know what I wonder if you can just key the ignition to the chopper and just turn it off, let it hover. Just imagine.
Oh, I think they're more balancing acts than that. Theo is trying to chase down on towards said player, but I believe it's Anas Menace getting a kill again. Off HP, so his armor might be cracked. He might be a doable target here for Tio Chussi if he decides to chase, but he says, well, I don't know where the guy is. Their mode boss in the meantime also with yet another kill, because why not take down Troop G?
Okay. That's pretty crystal clear, but look at this. Chussi. There comes an initial engagement. Damage on the car, but shot seemingly a little bit off, and surprise! Of course it's Anas Menace. Who else would it be? And the chopper to fly. Put some pressure on the players. Of course, what you can also do if the chopper is just drop on top of someone, the sheer weight will already make their life quite difficult.
It's one thick chopper, as it's going to be a boot again in the air, but Anas Menace saying, I'm having none of that. I have loads of bullets. Look at him. Absolutely insane. So he's deciding to already deal some damage, so those choppers won't get the placement bonus they usually grant. It is Anas Menace already top of the hill, and thus he has a pretty safe spot. 10 players left standing, and another airdrop might come in soon, but it's not really anything Anas is looking at.
I mean, at this point, the airdrops are going to are starting to get riskier and riskier. And that's just something that you get into a position of not wanting to risk anymore. A little bit of tags here or there. And I have to say, the Menace, as I will happily call him, he is getting just closer and closer, and he is playing it beautifully. 5 kills already. And Menace doing an excellent job.
Yeah, it's Anas actually being, well, challenged, I'd have to say, by the RPG or rocket launcher of Zertuom, who's been quite happy to dish out those rockets time and time again. So far, no damage being dealt by Anas though. Evasive maneuvers doing the work. But the zones keep clearing and closing down, and thus players do have to move and get closer in the end. Enes is trying to then zip line over and moves in closer than players might be expecting. Their emote boss is close, and will he die? It's going to be Enes dealing a lot of damage, but their emote boss is still alive somehow. Now gets stacked up and his armor is cracked. There goes the grappling hook again. Their emote boss will be naded by Zertuom with this steal.
Unbelievable, but still, it's one matter of the fact thing. Der Emote-Boss is Nimir. I'm so sorry. Yep, indeed for you. That'll be one high five that I will be claiming 2 high fives later on. But look at all this chaos. All the players next to each other's Herbal Wow falls 2 and ends the menace. Will this be it? No! Still manages to kill Epic. 6 kills so far. And now we'll get the chance to recover. We'll get the chance to armor up and boom. Just like that. As if it's no effort. Some more util picked up as well. Oh, and Enes the Menace. That is a strong spot to have found. And those zones, they will keep on shrinking. And those players are all huddled together. And Enes the Menace tries to just steal here or there. And that's exactly the tactic to be playing, I think, if you've got so many kills so early on as well.
Oh, a little bit of cheeky deep nade on towards Zertuom to keep the pressure high on towards the yellow player. It's going to be Enes Menace still standing by, gets a little bit of a cheeky damage spray. I'm not too sure if he's actually dealing damage on towards a vehicle or Zertuom. Now he'll take down Zertuom, but it's going to be Enes Menace being nuked by the RPG. The last rocket Zertuom had. And your favorite is out for the count suddenly.
Indeed. I'm very curious to see the rankings at the end, but that is a serious bout of damage to the placement points at the very least. Now let's see if there can be a new favorite. Will that be Zertuom with the sheer skill of the rockets? Oh my lord. Is this really a circle? Oh,
it is a safe space.
Yeah, I mean a very safe space. Good lord. That's a very strong position. And you can just see how all the players huddle together. They're so close to each other.
Oh, he's in the top 6 already, and here we have Abood once more, just hovering, not doing anything. This could be RPG territory, but so far the players are more focused on each other, with heals and, of course, armor repairs coming down. Safe zone will shrink in just another 30 seconds, but Zertuom, he's still safe in his happy little container. Sometimes he takes a little bit of damage, but sometimes it's not enough to actually kill him. As, of course, he has the time to recover and heal again. Fuego might have an angle on him. 2G Patron. It's also still cruising around as a vehicle. And it's going to be Shadow also possibly being one of the contenders.
5 seconds remain, however. The safe zone shrinking in a mere moment. And that does force you, dear Zertuom, to move ahead. And you can see 12 damage per tick. That safe zone is getting heavy. Oh, so heavy. And here comes NASA. Oh, but the timing. But Zertuom can get the kill. And oh no, the car. But luckily, there is the barrier right there. But the zone being played with well enough. And Zertuom, look out. You do not have the luxury. And stuck outside another barrier. But the quick armor refresh is right there. And look at this go at the play zone. But it's Abood at the end that takes the kill. And that takes a strong position, winning this particular Battle Royale again.
Yeah, I already told you, Abood again getting the double whammy. We've seen it as well in the previous set of Call of Duty, or not Call of Duty, or PUBG Mobile rather. It's both mobile games. It's
both Battle Royales.
Completely different Battle Royales.
Yeah.
But Abood actually doing the work. He got a kill in the end, but I'm not sure if that would be enough because there's also been some other big contenders doing well, for instance.
Oh, absolutely. People like Enes Menace and also their emote boss in the first match. And here you see it again. Enes Menace, 6 kills, definitely topping out the leaderboard. But Abood with that 1 kill and the placement points. And Zertuom at the end having a lot of impact. Also, honorary shout out to Nessa is French. Fresh, actually. Not French. Fresh.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, it tripped me up there, didn't you?
It tripped me up as well. I thought it was French as well.
But Nessa also gets that honorary shout-out for the 2 kills and still placing on the relatively high side.
Well, that does mean that the Call of Duty mobile part has now been concluded. Of course, we'll have a little bit of a short break before we actually have all the results in for Call of Duty. That also means we're going to prepare ourselves for Fall Guys. We'll go to a short break. We love you long time. We'll see you soon for the conclusion.
Let's
Holiday
go.
Havoc is gonna end with some
Let's
smack.
go.
Double.
MGC moments, baby.
Oh my god!
Everybody in his power bank is like $1,000 a month. So
Welcome back to the Trovo Titans Smashing Beta. It's time for the creme de la creme. It's time for the most important tournament of tonight, or at least for our night. Of course, there will be LATAM and NA to take you away with our 24-hour stream later on as well. But we're getting ready for the biggest, baddest tournament so far in Trovo Titans.
It's going to be Fall Guys, the Trovo Titan tournament. At the very best point for the very best Trovo Titans. They'll get a chance to participate in this beautiful game. It's as simple as can be, and there's lots and lots of money up for grabs to the ones that just even participate for starters. Even the participants get some money in their pocket. But at the end of the day, it's time to just also take a look at that format where it gets explained a little bit and where you can see how it exactly goes into its workings. As you can see, it's a main show mode. Quite simple. 4 rounds, and each winner gets money. Now, this is where it starts to get a little bit difficult because, Lord oh Lord, the first 3 rounds count for 500 euros, and the last one counts for 1,000. And all the Trovo Titans points, leaderboard players, they're the ones that are participating.
The top 50.
The top 50, of course. Important to make that distinction. Otherwise, it would get a little bit busy. Just a little bit busy.
Well, I'm very curious to see what the players will be able to put into play. Of course, Fall Guys, some would say slightly RNG, but it also depends on a quite bit of mechanical skill, logical pathing, seeing what obstacles might be ahead, and of course, map knowledge.
Oh, absolutely.
Will you be more favored in the team play, or will you be more favored in your solo engagements on their way to the crown?
Ooh, a good way to phrase it, a good way to ask. But yeah, I think it will get down to the person that's also just the fastest. I think that already makes a lot of impact. And let's, of course, also take a look just at the players that have passed on their way, the ones that have made it to that top 50. Also, some distinction for all these people that have done such an excellent job.
Well, of course, we have some very famous names that we've just seen before. Duxie, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
We saw him just
Exactly.
a little while ago. Then just looking for some other names that we know, because we know quite a few names on this list. Der Klangmacher is, of course, a very famous German player. And I'm curious to
Screamo
see
is
what he
also
will be able
familiar
to
to
do
me.
here. Indeed, Screamo, but Kamikaze, the winner of the Clash Royale. And, well, let's see what else we might have. Overrated, definitely not overrated, because 14th on the leaderboard. And then maybe Sammy would be one of the favorites with Kassam Soldier, because they're the number 1 and 2, maybe even shared number 1, you dare to say.
Oh, very tempting indeed. There's a lot of those Trovo Titan points that they have at the end, and deservedly so. A shared first place, and who knows what they will be able to get for their hard work, for their, well, Battle of the Titans participation. You know, they've been gathering up so many points, and now they finally get to see it come to fruition.
I'm curious to see what will happen. Of course, these players have been accumulating their Trovo Titan points in the past year, where every tournament counted for both money and Titan points. The best players, of course, got more money, more points, and have now thus qualified for this Fall Guys Trovo Titans Grand Final. And I'm curious to see who will be the victor in the end, because Fall Guys, it's a completely different game than any of these players have played to get those Titan points, and thus, we might say, it's a level playing ground.
Oh, indeed. Maybe there's going to be some people out there that, especially at the time when it was a little bit more of a hype, decided, okay, you know what? I am going to grind everything out of this game. I'm really going to become that Fall Guys pro. In which case, well, I guess we might see those people get out on top. But otherwise, it will be that level playing field, and it will be up for grabs to just about anyone, because, as you can see, there's a lot of money up for grabs here at the final stage of, well, our European part.
But would you say that this might be a slight type of Battle Royale game?
Ooh, yes.
Because then, you'd say, it might be favored to the Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile players out there.
I think you make a pretty good point. Yeah, I do think that this counts as a Battle Royale. I mean, it's down to the very last person. The last man standing wins, because they take the crown. Admittedly, though, it's also more the fastest man standing, but they're kind of the last one that remain, in a way, if that makes sense, because...
It really depends on what game mode, of course. If you have the hexagon, you might be the last player standing or still falling while the other one fell a little bit sooner. But some others, indeed, you have to rush to the crown all the way to the top, and then you might be the victor in the end. One of the key selling points for me for Fall Guys is the beautiful music. It makes your heart go a little bit faster. It makes you want to go a little bit faster than the rest, of course. And there might be a little bit of frustration in the end as well, because sometimes things just don't go the way you want to. Maybe you just lose a little bit of focus as well, and then the moment you just missed what kind of fruit you have to stand on. And if that happens, you try to follow some people, but they might be faking you out, and then to your, well, elimination you fall, not to your death, your elimination.
To your yeah, let's keep it, you know, it's a
PG rated.
It's a fun, friendly game, you know. Let's not talk about death or the likes, right?
No.
That was for the previous game.
Yeah.
And the previous games before that. But no, with Fall Guys, it's a little bit more light-hearted, I think, is also a way to phrase it. That's kind of more of the tone, and it's just a little bit more comfortable. But still, do not forget, do not underestimate, there's still so much left up for grabs here. I mean, honestly, there's still a lovely cherry to get on top of the pie that is the month December. And just imagine, right? It's going to be Christmas soon, and you're going to be the one, you know, you can be to your family like, oh, guys, I got some extra gifts this year. You know, I had a lovely bonus. You can be, you know, the cool kid on the block, however you'd like to phrase it. And you can just maybe surprise people with that money as well. At the end of the day, though, it's up to the people how they spend it. And it should go to the one that deserves it the most, the one that ends up beating out at this Fall Guys tournament.
We'll have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 games in total. And that will mean that we'll have a big amount of money to be split 3 times. The first 3 games will have 500 euros for, of course, the best players out there. And then 1,000 for the last game as well, just to be, indeed, the cherry on top of the pie.
Yeah.
RJ, how glad would you be with the money? Would it be more the title or the money for you?
Ooh, it would also be the title a little bit, I will admit. You know, I'm a stickler for being the best at something. And at the meantime, you know, whilst I say being the best at something, we've actually just been told that we know who are the best or who is the best at the Call of Duty mobile Battle Royale that we saw just now. So let's take a look at those results and let's see who will it be. Is it...
Oh, a boot! Still on top, and an Ennis Menace on towards the second place. So, surviving in a chopper might actually mean quite a lot for a boot. Ennis Menace still 800 euros, quite happy. The emote boss, 3rd, 4th place. I'm happy with that. I gotta give it to my man.
But, I mean, I was a little bit more correct.
You're quite a bit more correct.
Yeah, because Ennis Menace, you know, I was right on doubling down. See, that's, you know, that also makes a little bit of a winner out of me.
I'm proud of you, man. Do you want your high five now or do you want it later?
Ooh, I don't know. I'll think about it a little while longer. I do want to reiterate Abood there really clutched it by just staying alive until the very end. Managed to do that twice. And that was just the chopper strat, you know, just holding out as long as possible, and not really playing for the kills per se. And in the end, just, yeah, being the best one because he was the longest surviving. Yeah.
Well, being happy that you find a chopper might be just the case for him in this series. Of course, once again, congratulations to Abood for the 1,800 euros that you just made. We're just playing 2 Call of Duty mobile games. Of course, he's played quite a few more to actually qualify here, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, he'll probably also have played a lot of games in the meantime to practice, to prepare. But still, right now when it mattered the most, that's when he came through. That's when Abood showed up. And when he proved himself and when he got that lovely first prize.
Well, it's going to be quite interesting to see who will be on top of Fall Guys. May it be on the hill, may it just be on the leaderboard in the end to get the money in. RJ, what is your favorite map?
Of Fall Guys?
Yes. There's many, so it's really hard to choose.
I was about to say, and
there's one with windmills, there's one with balls.
And it's actually been a year since I played it. I played it at a friend's place at the time. I really, you're putting me on the spot here. I do remember.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Gosh, there's a lot of them.
I like the team play one with the eggs.
With the eggs,
because you can just steal from people, and that makes me really happy.
Yeah, that makes you just like, you know, just taking away someone else's chances.
Yes. because it's for me and my team. Not just for me, but for my team and me. So
that's
that's very important for me.
that-
And just seeing people frantically running after you and then getting hit by one of those spinning hammers, that brings a tear to my eye. It's a beautiful thing.
Those spinning hammers and the likes, you know, the spinning things, they are my menace. It's insane. They are honestly just always getting me, and I never, you know, get on top of them or away from them at the right time. It's always about the timing, about jumping away, you know, and I
Not
never
running into them.
Exactly. I never seem to be able to get that one part down, and I think that the first time that I played, it was also sheer luck that I didn't die to them earlier or anything, because honestly, I would have, and maybe at times, you know, I just got so lucky that I actually should have.
So you call for a ban hammer ban?
Yes, I ban hammers. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're curious to see if they will do anything with it? But
No.
maybe they'll just
No.
take it into consideration, and you'll be a happy guy after
I mean,
all. Maybe
I'm not-
you'll be a champion one day.
I'm not the one that has to play at the end of the day.
That's
so
true.
I can consider myself lucky enough to be spared from that expense. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. At the end of the day, I think that I would still want to very much play and participate in this Fall Guys tournament if I could, because it just seems like an awesome way to get that cash prize and to just finish off the European part of this tournament.
Well, RJ, I just remembered. You asked me if I ever played it before.
Yeah.
I actually have.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, tell
Yes.
me more.
At the Ubisoft NL office.
Oh.
It's not a UB game, but still they decided to
Yeah.
have it on their PlayStation there, and they challenged me. They said, "Oh, you're not gonna be better than me." I said, oh, "Boy, you better watch." And I really failed twice, miserably. First rounded.
Okay, that's
But my excuse was it was on console. I'm a PC player, obviously.
duh.
I do play a lot of PlayStation, but no.
No.
Wasn't me. It's time to get in towards the first game. It's going to be Dizzy Heights.
Ooh.
Navigate the obstacles and race to the finish line. Who will be first? We do have a grand total of 9 players standing by in this first round.
And indeed, it's going to be a tight battle. And that just means, you know, that these prizes are up for grabs for the very, very best, the very elite. And a player that we're following right now, struggling a little while longer, but can jump around. In the meantime, though, up at the front, oh, there are definitely people getting way, way ahead. And this player is just having the hardest time, struggling to figure this out until they finally manage to get ahead. And there we go. Checkpoint reached at the very least.
But still lost.
Yeah.
Which hurts slightly, but we'll stay on the positive side of things. The balls do come at you at a crazy ludicrous speed. And sometimes you tumble down a little bit, sometimes you tumble quite a bit, and this is just a little tumble and fumble. So far more balls keep coming, but eventually the checkpoint will be reached. And thus you go to the next spinning platforms, meaning that even more trouble will arise when you do fall.
Uh-oh, but slowly and surely the player will move up ahead and get there. It just takes a little while longer. So far, 2 players have already qualified. Another checkpoint reached for this particular player. Moving right ahead. And there's that bloody thing that always trips me up so much. And down they fall. But luckily there's a checkpoint there. And this is where you notice things getting difficult. You know, I'm not the only one who struggles with these kind of massive long poles.
Definitely, as we do see, unfortunately, our player dropped down once again, but only 3 players have qualified, make that 4 as Zen goes in towards the finish line. It was Wooden Wasp to be the first to finish. Well, a good dodge right here from our pro player, but then a good dodge on the bar, but not on towards the platform. Vicoli 4 has now also gotten a finish as well as We Belong and Plasma 04. It's going to be only 2 more players that are able to qualify.
Oh, and indeed, it's getting tense and tense. Who knows who those last players will be? Maybe it'll be this crocodile. That's just a crocodile.
Speed run?
Lucky.
No,
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, watch out, watch out.
No!
Oh, dearie me.
Oh no!
Just
Crocodile
one spot.
Man! Crocodile Dundee, Chubby Rabbit has gone past him, and that means elimination for some of our players. Zelda fan XD, not XDing right now because
Down they go.
sad times.
Indeed. But deserved to the 9 people that qualified. And all the credit where it's due. It's time to see what the next map will be. Have you got any guesses? What will it be?
I wouldn't know. It's Lily Leapers and bounce on the drums to make your way to the finish line.
Oh dear, this seems like another one that's a real challenge.
It's so scary because there's so many things and so many bounces you have to do to get higher and higher, only to then possibly fall down because some crazy person has kicked you off or maybe grabbed onto you, because it does really happen.
It definitely sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Relatable? Yes, indeed. It's going to be Sammy on towards this bouncy bean. Jumping first, jumping second, going to take the lead. Where will he go? Well, wherever the lilies will lead. It's going to be a drop, then a climb on towards the cheese, if it is cheese anyway.
A sort of cheese. Maybe it's fake cheese. You should know, you're a Dutchman.
Oh, well.
You know all about cheese.
I like molten cheese and not molten cheese and other cheese. Meanwhile, it's Wooden Wasp was really on top in the first one, getting the bunny hops down on towards his lilies. And look at the smooth movement. There's someone chasing him close by, so he's feeling the pressure. And then we'll get a little bit of a missed jump. Big drop to the bottom, then a big jump to the front.
Another attempt to be given, and they're making pretty good effort so far. Getting closer and closer, but now really trying their best and falling down yet again. One player qualified. And that's Shandux by the looks of it. Off to a good start. Now you can see more people showing up, more people getting to the final obstacle, that final hurdle.
Yeah, you can also go for the slower approach towards the side, as Ficoli 4 has just done, as well as Wooden Wasp. Going for the risky approach might net you the first position, but it's going to be with a lot of moving platforms, and thus this way might just be simply faster. There will be the last jump, and the 7th qualifier has already gone in. It was Sammy in the end.
And so 2 people will be eliminated. 7 qualified so far. And I have to say, you know, this is looking to be tough. This is looking like a challenge. But slowly and surely, players will be whittled down until a tiny select few remain.
Well, of course, it's 5,000 euros per game to be divided. Now it's the Penguin Pool Party. This is also one of my favorites. You have to hold a penguin as long as possible. 500 euro per game. I'm sorry. Just testing you.
Oh, I get it.
Haha.
No, that's fine.
So Battle of the Tides, the total is 5,000. As they're trying to scramble their way to grab those penguins and hold on for dear life. Because the longer you hold a penguin, the more points you get. The more points you get, the better you look. And so far it seems as if the players are trying to actually get the penguin, but the penguin is just too fast.
It's too difficult to get hands on it until one player does. And they have the penguins in their hands, but they've lost it already, it seems.
Well, Jaral has qualified. Now the penguin needs to be found in the water. Luckily it's waterproof, as still no one has actually grabbed it. It's just grabbing other players. There was a little cheeky grab here, but now we do have the man in white to grab the penguin, go up, sees the penguin, tries to grab it, penguin falls. Or does it? It's going to be a falling penguin, but where did it go? Where did it go? Well, the players are still chasing for those cheeky little penguins. It's Wooden Wasp also qualifying. And those penguins, oh, they do have some moves.
Oh, indeed they do. They're,
Oh, no. They're being juked out so badly.
Oh, my lord. The penguin having the keenest strats, it seems. Oh, but this player looks to be Weeblank, who is really giving it his best shot and who is holding on properly. But it does get taken away. The penguin, it's a little bit slippery, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of water. Chubby Rabbit has also now taken his place in the qualification. Is now 3 out of 5. That's already been concluded. Only 2 more players will get their shot. It's going to be still some chasing on the penguins. Oh, there's multiple penguins.
There's a second penguin there.
Yeah, there's always 2 penguins, but you have to try to make sure which one is yours. There's actually 3 penguins. I saw another one. As we're going to see Weeblank still trying to go for the 25. Has it, drops it, goes for it again. And then there's the purple pigeon as well, who's really pesky.
Oh, and there was a moment once again. The penguin was in their hands, and yet it evades them. And look at Sammy having a really good chance here, but oh dear, Shandux. I believe that qualification will be coming in there in just a moment.
Safe space.
Yep, indeed. You had those 2 players really struggling, but now as Shandux qualifies, they are eliminated.
Only 5 players remain as we go on towards the next round here in our Fall Guys Titan Points Grand Final. And I'm curious to see who will be the victor in the end. It seemed as if Wooden Wasp was quite well at playing so far. But the next map will be RJ. Prediction?
Oh, I have no idea. The egg map, that's the one you like so much.
Yeah, but I'm not really expecting there to be any team games with just 5 players left.
Fair point, fair point.
In the meantime, we're going for airtime. Stay in the zone to score and be happy. RJ, it's going to be hard because trying to stay afloat, even in water it's hard. In the air, it's even harder.
Oh dear, do you often struggle with staying afloat, my dear friend?
Yeah, just don't go in the water, it's safer. Oh, turning movement here. It's Sammy who wants to get that percentage up and then drops himself. Luckily, he has a little bit of a cheeky bounce in, but then is already on 7% and falls all the way down to the ground. 7% is something, but you need to get in towards the top 3, and it's a beautiful movement right here from Jera, who seems to be one of the best players out there. It's now 60, 70% for some. The 100 will be there for Chubby Rabbit, 371, who's the first to qualify for possibly the final.
And now we see Wooden Wasp also in that score zone, really holding on to it. 90% and should be getting on top of this pretty soon now. And there we go. Already the round is over and only 3 remain. Down full, well, the white and the red little fall guy.
No.
And only 3. Will this be it?
This might be it, RJ.
Because, you know, we've been going -2 every time, so logically speaking.
Are you really bringing logic to Fall Guys?
Oh, I'm sorry. How dare I?
I really appreciate it, but we're going to see which of these 3... Oh, no! It's a connection error!
Oh, dear.
RJ?
Yes?
Why did you break it?
I didn't do anything. I didn't.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I didn't touch anything. I'm right here behind the desk.
Oh, it's classic RJ. So we don't know who's been the victor in the first series. Maybe there wasn't one.
I mean, we've still got quite a lot of series to go, so there's still quite a lot to be decided.
Yeah, definitely.
At the very least.
But we also have to keep track of the time because we have to talk to some beautiful people in Latin America. Because, well, they're going to start their 8-hour streak soon enough. And that might also be quite eventful.
Oh, indeed. Well, let's hope for them that it will just be without any hitch, without any errors. And that they'll just have a good time over there. Nuestros amigos de Mexico.
But how sure are you they are Mexican?
Well, someone told me that one of them was Mexican at least.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm hoping for you they are, because otherwise it seems very awkward. They'll be like, what are you saying to me? But I'm going to believe in you, RJ.
Thank you.
No problem whatsoever. You had some predictions right, so 1. It makes you very happy, right?
Absolutely it does.
Great.
Of course it does. Well,
who do you think will win in Fall Guys? We've seen now a top 3 who's been
I believe it was Shandux. That was a name that I saw appear quite often.
Not Woody Wasp?
No. I'm sticking with Shandux.
Did you know that Shandux, I believe, wasn't in the final?
Really? Were they eliminated?
So, congratulations.
Oh, no!
Even in hindsight, your prediction skills are terrible.
Oh, what's wrong with me?
It's absolutely amazing. Every time we're here in the studio,
it is true.
It seems like your brain just goes out the window.
I'm a little bit cursed in that regard, absolutely. I do believe that there was once upon a time we had another beautiful series, and there was a little bit of a competition between the two of us attached to it. And
clearly won.
Well, yeah,
obviously.
You had all the money in the end, and I was just, poof, it was gone.
Well, unfortunately, RJ, there can only be one best player, and you see that's me. I'm thinking Woody Wasp might be one of the victors here today because he's been speedrunning every normal trial. Later trials has been a little bit tougher for him, and of course there's a little bit of RNG, so I'm gonna give it to my boy Wasp there. So I'm hoping he doesn't sting me.
Wow. I mean, crystal clear. That's I think a good way to phrase it. Wasps do tend to do that a little bit quicker.
What? Stinging?
Yeah.
I've never been stung by either a bee or a wasp.
Wow, you're lucky, man. I've had it once.
How was it?
It was not fun. It was not a pleasant experience. I would not recommend.
Then I won't.
The more you know.
I've seen people that have been stung by wasps.
Yes.
And then usually people ask, are you allergic? And then people usually say, How should I know? Because you don't know until you finally get stung or you get like a test done before. But
Yeah, okay, that's a
that's
fair point.
not a normal, right?
No,
to get
no,
stuff done
No.
out of the way.
No. Anyway, speaking of getting stuff done, of course, right now the lobby did disconnect for a moment. We should be getting the next game ready soon enough. But like you said, time is a factor in today's show, as we do have a mere less than half an hour remaining before our beautiful, beautiful colleagues from the Latin America side of the planet. Yes, indeed, the planet. You heard that right. This is a show that encompasses the entire world. They will be showing up, and they will, of course, be taking over from us. Because, you know, we're only human, and we did start at 10 a.m. today.
Really? Did you?
Yeah, we did.
Try hard. It's time to go back in towards the match. It's going to be, of course, a beautiful situation. Because the lobby crash, we have to keep it fair. The top 3 will be given an equal share of that 500 euros. That will be 166. I did some quick maths. RJ is actually very impressed by it. He looks like,
Wow.
how the hell do you know? Well, big brain. And now we do go in towards the second game already. It's going to be Coole Wurst. 23 is
23,
unfortunately falling out a little bit. It's in the name Fall Guys. And Zelda fan XD also there as they're trying to spin their way to victory. But the other players are already quite a little bit ahead.
Yeah,
And
it's all
thus-
about speed. It's all about
Oh,
speed.
there's a
and
jump
Fall
at there,
Guys.
Coole Wurst. That might make your life a little bit easier. What's your favorite kind of wurst?
Chorizo, or however you say that.
I like it.
Yeah, nice and spicy. Oh, but look at
Oh
this.
no,
the
Coole Wurst,
struggle, the
nine!
struggle.
My
What will
Freund!
you do? What will you do?
Ich liebe dich! I'm trying to
And-
put all my fake German in here.
Yeah,
As he's
yeah.
trying to pass the barrier, and so he will.
He does
Smooth
succeed, he
movement
succeeds.
and grab your way on towards the next bit. And then try to get a
Oh,
little
dear.
bit of a cheeky side movement. Oh, trying to edge it up as Sammy's just moved past. Wee Blank, Shandux, and Jera have all gone for the qualification, as well as Chubby Rabbit and Zen. Where is my Woody Wasp, I wonder? As Plasma 04 has also now gone past. Zelda fan. And
Oh, wow.
Wurst. Oh, they're so romantic. They're dancing.
They're holding hands.
That's so cute. Woo!
Oh, and there's the karma. How
Oh,
dare
there's
you.
Woody Wasp just in time.
And this might just be it. This might just be Coole Wurst that has lost his chance due to
Nine.
his intense moment of hand holding. And
You-
indeed,
He was so cool. But it was too little too late.
it wasn't meant to be.
Same as Zelda fan. There he stands. He doesn't know what's happening. Apart from he's falling as well.
And
It's
down
Coole
they
Wurst.
go.
Sad
Down
times.
they go. Yeah, but it's deserved, isn't it?
No.
Only the best can win, Chadrick.
No. Coole Wurst had so much more in him. He had so much life.
I mean,
So much passion.
look, I understand, but we can't deny the fact that he was dead last, almost.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we're going to the fruit chute! Touch the flying fruit and race up to the conveyor belt to reach the finish line. Only 9 players are left standing. Only 6 will continue to the next stage.
Oh.
Sammy standing by will go first, and there's the fruit already coming. It's going to be quite a few oddly shaped watermelons.
Watermelon. Yeah, they do make life a little bit difficult, it seems. So much fruit coming through. And you can see the little guys struggling. But there's some players, they're getting ahead. Sammy seems to be a full guys professional, judging by the skin and that beautiful #1. At least I assume that indicates that they're a winner.
Oh, now, and the first one to qualify is Shandux. Oh, the player you highlighted before. And now also it's going to be Jera and Sammy crossing the line. Oh, a little bit
Wow.
of a cheeky bait.
The BM.
And Sammy
Unbelievable.
goes in, and there goes Wooden Wasp as well, and towards the left, and a little bit of difficulty, but the round is over as Plasma crosses the line as well. From 9, only 6 will remain, and we're getting closer towards the end.
Oh, indeed. It's getting tenser and tenser. Now, in the next round, that'll be down to 3 people that can only qualify. And I assume then in the round after that, 1 person. And then that's that 1 person that ends up winning.
Oh.
Yes, I know.
You're very good at stuff, dude.
No.
Big props. In the meantime, we're going in towards the next one, and it's again Penguin Pool Party.
Oh, yeah, a penguin instead of a penguin. Very cool.
That's, yeah, but you still have to hold a penguin,
Yes.
apparently. But it's
mean-
actually a penguin.
Whatever works.
I would like to take my penguin down the water slide.
You want, When's the last time that you went to a water park? Oh dear, this is ages ago, isn't it?
I'm so hot water evaporates, so it's just going to be a park in the end.
Okay.
Does that count? In the meantime, Shandux, try hard.
Yeah, but getting it done from the get-go, that's what you should do. Shandux, look at the way that they just dodge everybody. My lord.
Oh, throws it up. Does he
there,
catch it? No, he
there
doesn't.
goes the penguin. Oh dear. On the chase again. And this is a bit of a shame. Shandux though, almost having a chance, but not quite. And there, can get the hold on it. No, yes, he does. Shandux, penguin in the hands, and should be qualified. Woo! That's the first one to go. Now it's going to be Sammy next with that beautiful #1 on his back. Will he be the one to qualify though? That's the question.
Well, Wooden Wasp actually the second qualifier for the next round of 4, as more penguins are still flying around. Is going to be Plasma 04 with a solo penguin, no chasers. So time will constantly keep ticking.
Oh, this is going to be very powerful. I believe that this is almost
I
a
love that
guarantee.
he's constantly running despite standing still might be the safest approach.
How so? He's trying to gain distance between his opponents.
But there's nobody chasing him.
Now there isn't, but there could have been someone else. And now
But he can actually
Sammy,
see.
same position, I believe. Sammy, I think, has got a good chance. Oh, a little bit of pressure. And away the penguin will float. Oh, but look at this, that poor penguin.
But
So,
I love that they're chasing him.
Oh.
Because there's still 2 that were just on the loose. 18 points, there's a penguin, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Oh,
and he's actually not gonna get it just yet.
no, but he'll get there eventually. He finds it now,
Woo!
grabs it.
No.
No, he loses it. Has it again, 20, and look at this. This might just be the move. And indeed, the qualification is true. Sammy goes in true, and it's 4 people that now remain. You really like the music, don't you?
I really love the music.
Oh,
It's
I get that.
absolutely amazing.
To be fair, it's like, you remember those bit tunes from back in the day, you know, with older games?
Yes.
How they also just kind of, they made them really simplistic, but they had a really good tune and really good, like...
Real good beat.
Yeah, real good cadence and all that stuff.
Well, we're going in towards the next round. It's going to be the Pipe Dream. Navigate the pipes to reach the finish line. Who will be able to get through? We're going to see right here. It is a chaotically big map, you dare to say. But if you're a good player, you'll get through here in no time.
Do you have any pipe dreams?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just a good boy. In the meantime, it's 3 players to go via this round in towards the grand finale.
And off it will go. Now, only 1 person that will actually be eliminated. That does make a bit of a difference. And I do believe that reduces some of the stress present.
Yeah, a little bit of strain going away as they're dodging the jump pads, but I believe it's Woody Wasp already on quite a big lead, as he's already gone through the pink pipes, going forward to some other pipes.
That's the most apt I've ever heard you describe something, and we've been commentating together for for over 3 years now.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm clearly linguistic, as the
Absolutely.
more pink and blue pipes will force another player to get a little bit closer. It's Plasma 04, and there's actually your friend, Shandux.
Yeah, Shandux. I'm sticking with it. I know that what I say is just true, and I know a good Fall Guys player when I see one.
Well, in the meantime, it's Plasma getting yet a little bit closer towards the finishing position. Actually has to go around this balancing object as Shandux is close. Will be fired upon with all the balloons. And, oh, he misses the timing. Has to go back, has to jump in, and misses. Shandux not the first to qualify so far, as we now do see yet another player go for the cheeky jump. It's Plasma, actually the first to qualify. It's Woody Wasp, the second as well. And Shandux, will you be number 3? Yes!
And down goes Sammy, I believe that was. Falls out of the remaining, I wouldn't say imposters, but that's just because the little guys, I know.
Go stand in the corner, please.
You're sending me to the corner again. This isn't...
The cable is not long enough.
I was about to say, you can't do that. You know?
I could.
You can send me to the corner when we're in Belgium. You can't do that when we're in Germany.
I might. In the meantime, we're going for the second finale. It's going to be Airtime. And we know this one as well. We've seen it before. Who will be the best? Stay in the score zone in the sky.
And that will decide everything. And at this point, it is down to the very
Oh no, there will
last
still be
three.
2 qualifiers.
Yeah, yeah. At the end, you always have the map of the crown at the end.
Or the hexagon.
Yeah, apparently.
In the meantime, it's going to be Woody Wasp, who is jumping around. Nowhere to be found. He's going to drop off 35%, goes back up, falls back down, and then goes in towards the shoot, and that will cost you some valuable time. Has to jump in, and then he will go back towards those jumping drums. And, well, again, not really working out, but he'll get a good reset. A better reset this time? No. He'll go down the pipes and reset once more.
Yeah, and I do wonder how the rest is doing, because we've seen it happen in the past in this particular map that you can really quickly get on top of things. Case in point. Oh, and look at this.
Everyone dropping down, but
Oh,
it seems like
98.
Plasma is ready to go in, and he'll be the second finalist. It's going to be Woody Wasp to be third, fourth place.
Poor old Woody Wasp, but down he will go. And now we're down to the last 2. Can you believe it?
Yes.
It's the tensest moment that can be.
Can you believe as well?
I can. But still.
Shandux, your favorite, is in here.
I'm going for Shandux. Are you going for...
Plasma 04, definitely.
Oh, okay.
He has a horse skin.
That
Horses are
that makes
cool.
the difference. I get it.
Well, in the meantime, we're going for some fruit. Count the fruit. Avoid the rising blah, 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 blah.
Slime.
And blah, 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 blah.
Oh, wow. This sounds like a more of a think one.
Yeah, is that something for you?
No.
Oh, no. That's maybe a little bit scary for you then. You have to count all the fruit. That's 2 pairs. Is it enough pairs? No, there's also a coconut. And is coconut a fruit? Nobody knows. Is it a fruit? I don't know.
I think...
And now he has to jump on the top. Oh, Plasma! He doesn't know what's happening. Oh, no. He's just going with what Shandux does. But... Oh. And there were 2 of those pairs.
Oh.
So that's... Yeah.
And away they will both go.
RJ, that's a little bit awkward. I said to you, 2 pairs, 1 coconut. Not
Yeah.
sure if coconut is fruit. Then I stand on a coconut. Go coconuts, RJ. It's time to go back to us because this was the last Fall Guys game we were broadcasting because, of course, as we said before, we're on a tight schedule and run a tight ship as well.
Absolutely.
It's almost 6 o'clock in our time. That means it's a little bit of a different time for other people. That means, of course, LATAM is ready to take, of course, our gracious stream and make it theirs.
Oh, indeed, and I think they will. I believe in them, the beautiful lads from Latin America, to take over in this 24-hour beta smasher for, of course, the Trovo Titans for Trovo Live. And really, I am looking forward to saying hello to them, to meeting them, our beautiful, beautiful colleagues from, well, the other side of the world, basically.
Yes,
from
wherever they may roam.
Yes, indeed. And honestly, I do want to say so far, it has been a pleasure.
Definitely. I've had a lot of fun. I have seen a fury of games from every title, a lot of different genres as well. So that's actually been quite amazing. And it's actually going to be quite interesting. We're closing off our Fall Guys adventure, but we're going to talk with our LATAM friends. Romy is standing by for us. It feels almost as if we're doing something compared to like the Eurovision Song Festival.
Yeah?
We're calling all the way
it.
to LATAM. How many points do you have?
Yeah, I don't know. How many?
12 points?
No, all the full 10, 10 out of 10, obviously.
No, 12 is the maximum.
Oh, yeah.
RJ, you don't even look at
I don't watch it that much, okay?
Disappointed. I think
Wow.
production will be quite mad at you in the end. Disappointed, but, well, not surprised. In the meantime, we're going to talk to our good friend Romy soon from the LATAM region. RJ, do you have any words you already feel you need to express right now?
Something in Spanish, probably.
But what if he can't speak Spanish?
Well, if like I told you, unbelievable.
All right, well, let's have a little bit of a chat with Romy as well. The other side of the world. How are you doing, our beautiful colleague? Oh, she's already speaking.
Oh dear. And I believe that will be patched through in a second now. Just give it a moment.
Loads of noise.
Yeah, loads of noise, all the things. But we'll be put in there in a moment. Don't
Luckily.
worry about it. And
They do have a beautiful studio as well,
oh,
RJ.
most certainly. And I think that, we do speak from a lucky side. I mean, at the moment, we're located in a beautiful studio, and that's all thanks to Trovo Titans. They create this beautiful, beautiful atmosphere for us to be in.
Yeah, we're smashing the beta and we're having a great time so far. It's been a wonderful almost 8 hours.
Yeah.
That means we've had a lot of fun in those 8 hours. Romy, are you ready to talk to us?
By the sounds of it, we're not coming through just yet. Yeah.
But she's very happy that we're here.
Absolutely.
I believe she pointed at us already. Oh,
Oh.
hey!
Hello.
We're waving.
Oh,
Yes,
wait,
I
can hear a voice.
It's a miracle.
Hola.
It's a Christmas miracle. Romy,
Nice to meet you.
nice
Yes.
to meet you as well from the other side of the world. Hello to you. How are you doing and are you ready for your 8-hour stream?
I'm ready. And you?
Yeah, I think
Ready
we're
to
ready
continue
too.
the celebration?
Yes,
definitely.
for certainly. I believe, what is it they say in Spanish? I assume that you speak Spanish, right? If I've been told correctly. Yes? Okay. Encantado? ¿Estás bien?
Encantado?
See? Oh, look
All
at
right.
that. See?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of
I
him.
speak a tiny bit of Spanish, so I always try my best.
My little boy is growing so
Wow.
big. Romy, what kind of games are you looking forward to most tonight?
Oh my God. All? I
Oh!
don't know. Maybe League of Legends, Rocket League. I don't know. All the people in Trovo are very good in all the games, so I want to see all the games. So this it's going to be so long, but it's going to be amazing.
Okay, you definitely sound really excited for it, so that's great to hear. Have you been looking forward to this all day, since you woke up, just excited for the entire tournament?
Yep. We are going to be League of Legends, Dota 2, sorry, Rocket League, Valorant, and I forgot one. Let me be. I forgot it.
It's always the
Sorry,
last one,
I'm very
Romy.
Yeah.
I have the same. The last
Sorry,
one is
sorry, I'm
always the
very
hardest.
nervous.
It's
Call of
always.
Duty. Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, of course.
in the end, we
Sorry,
finally
sorry,
do it.
sorry. I'm
No,
very
sir.
nervous, guys. Sorry.
No worries. Everything
I'm
is
always
fine.
nervous when I see RJ too. It happens to the best of us.
This man.
Romy, you're going to have a blast so far. Do you think there will be a lot of happy players when they do win their Trovo Titan tournaments?
Happy players. I don't know. Exciting players. Champions. And I don't know. Really, I don't know.
All right, well, fair enough. Honestly, it is a pleasure, and I think that we can speak of an honor to hand this off to someone that's so excited for the tournament.
Yes, Romy, thank you very much. We'll rate you soon enough to give you all our beautiful viewers and wish you all the best of luck in your streaming session. And yes, RJ, that
Thank
does
you.
also mean that it will be the end for us. And of
Aw.
course, that also slows things down. Romy, goodbye, good luck.
Have a good stream.
Thank you again, and have a good
Thank
stream.
you. Thank you. Thank
All
you
right.
for amazing job. And I hope to see you in the next time.
Definitely, we
Okay.
will. Of course, that means that unfortunately for us, it is the end. But is it really unfortunate, RJ? Because we know that we're sending you to a great stream as well, meaning you'll have quite a lot of fun in the future. RJ, closing words?
It was amazing, and everyone is so lucky with Trovo Titans.
Well, indeed we are. We're smashing the beta 24 hours at a time. Our 8 hours is now done. The next 8 hours will be filled, of course, by our Latin American crew. Thank you all for watching not just this tournament, but the entire year. And best of luck and best of fun in the following tournaments as well.